Baby, it's time to ride the funk train. Oh my goodness, I've got my Soul Power James Brown shirt on. I've got R2-D2 wearing his space pimp hat because it's time to check out a space shooter. What? It's not a shooter? Oh my goodness, this is an original weird game from Atari. And we're going to dig all into it. It's called Lunar Lander Beyond. And my eyes is getting so old, I thought it said Tuna Tanner Phenom. So I was really surprised that it's an anime take on an old game from the 70s. And let me tell you, I was pleased. And then I was disappointed. And then I was scared. And then I cried for mommy. And then I jumped up and down. And I got mess everywhere in my pants. This is a strange game, and it gave me a lot of emotions. And we're going to talk about all the emotions right after this cool-ass intro.
Since the beginning of time, there's only been one website with the Babylons to claim every game reviewed when it came to the Pro System, and that's Atari7800forever.com.
But now it's time to get on that YouTube trip, babies. And who am I? I'm Funkmaster V, musician, ghost hunter, hat flipper, pro wrestler, comedian, actor, filmmaker, and I'm going to take you on a whirlwind tour of all things cool about Atari and the Atari 7800 with a podcast, news, even new crap. Baby, are you ready to get your groove on? Because it's about to get funky up in here. Lunar Lander has been out for about a month, and it was a really surprising game, and it took them a while to kind of actually get it out into the market. This isn't just a recharge game. They've tried to trump this thing up to be like a AAA game. I don't know if it's AA, single A, if it's a Chicago Cubs farm team. I'm not sure what it is, but it definitely is interesting, and it's the most different game on the Atari VCS that I've probably played. First off, I'm not thrilled about anime. I don't like it. I know that's weird. It's probably the most unblack thing about me. The voice acting always bothers me, and I think it just looks cheap. Now, I know a lot of people like anime, and I'm sorry, but that is the backdrop to this game. This game basically is a lot of anime with a lot of voice acting, which is kind of cool if you like that kind of thing, mixed with short little missions in a thing that is a lunar lander. There's no shooting in this game. In the beginning, it kind of shows you how to fly the thing and introduces you to this world where you kind of work for a company called Pegasus, which is sort of like the Futurama gang. They kind of are like space delivery men, and that's kind of the vibe that I get with this game. Is we're kind of neutral, we're working for cash, and we're kind of doing what we need to do that our employer tells us. There's no delusions of grandeur yet. Then all of a sudden, a space incident occurs in the solar system, our solar system, by the way. We eventually venture to Mars, then Venus, and then like a weird moon on Saturn or Jupiter, one of those big ones. And the game continues from there. But all hell breaks loose, and we got to figure out how to help people, save people in a vehicle that doesn't have any weaponry. We're basically rescuing people and also trying to build things, get plans, talk to doctors, move people to and fro from these space stations and these caves that house all these people. Now, when I first played this game, I wasn't feeling it. I played it probably less than 15 minutes, I'm sad to say, and then I was like, you know what? I'm going to bed. I picked it up the next day and then gave it the real college try, and I was pleasantly surprised at that point. They do a lot of different things in this game to kind of zhuzh up the gameplay. There is a screen. It's like Missile Command, but you're in a lunar lander trying to deflect meteors from hitting the city or whatever, I don't know, like a space station or something down there, a science lab. And it's an interesting thing. There's also another one where we're basically racing against time. There's a screen, there's a level where we're in a spaceport with a lot of vehicles, and we're basically trying to get through that maze as fast as we can with a lot of other traffic, and we're trying not to kill people. Like I said, there's a lot of different gameplay wrinkles they throw in to keep this feeling fresh all the way through. I'm pretty sure on easy you can beat this game in less than 5 hours. There is a lot of talking. If you get used to it, if you like anime, you're going to like this game a lot better. There's certain things. I always hate an anime. There's always like a guy from Texas, and it's like the worst southern accent in the world, and there's always like a bitch, and then there's always like someone who's like amenable to everybody, and then you have the corny sounding AI that gives you advice. If you can deal with all that stuff, you may really enjoy it. What scares me is they're coming out with a game called Yars Rising, and it looks like it's the same art style. Oy vey. But if you can get past the cartoon, and if you like the cartoon stuff, you may love that stuff. You just may be loving this game, licking the controller. You're loving it so much. Speaking of controls, this game is one of those damned Gravatar/Asteroid/Lunar Lander games where you're fighting against gravity. It's kind of counterintuitive. It takes a while to figure out how to fly the damn thing. As the game progresses, you can get new ships. One ship totally eschews the whole Gravatar experience. You just basically point where you go. It's a great ship, but it's slow. So there's faster ones, and there's some with less inertia later on. There's different characters you can talk to. Comic relief is always interesting in these things. There's a cocaine sniffing doctor. Haha! And then also somebody says some of the crew on a particular space station you rescue, there's cannibals among them. So there's some weird comedy stuff thrown in there. And it's pretty lighthearted. And to be honest, even though I'm not a fan of anime, the story is pretty straightforward. It's not difficult to understand like No Man's Sky. It's basically something happened in the universe or the solar system, and we're just trying to help people as a mystery slowly unravels in front of our eyes. In a game like this, I'm very impressed with the fact that it's fairly easy to not get lost. A game like this, it could be very easy to get lost. They do a great job holding your hand. It's not too easy, but yet it's not excruciating and confusing. You've got to appreciate the minutia. There's tons of text, there's tons of story, there's tons of descriptions and things to do and look at throughout the game. They really went all out making this thing feel like a AAA game. The missions are timed. It's not a big deal, but you can achieve gold, silver, or bronze based on how fast you get through each stage. Most of the missions for gold, you got to finish around 2 minutes or less. So there's not a lot of long gameplay here. A lot of the gameplay is avoiding obstacles and figuring out where to go. Parts of the game that don't quite work. There is a money system here. I'm playing on easy right now. There's no need for money. That may change when you go to normal and hard, but the whole currency thing doesn't make sense. You amass a lot of pilots, you can rescue pilots, and you can use them to fly your landers. There's an element to the game which is similar to Eternal Darkness for the GameCube, where if you keep crashing the ship, even if you heal the ship, your pilot starts to get unnerved. You have to take pills, floating pills in space, to keep away the hallucinations. It's interesting. So you kind of have a fuel gauge you got to maintain, the ship, the hull integrity you got to maintain. You got to get to places in a certain amount of time, and you also have to keep your pilot from going, space crazy or whatever they call it. There's psychological sessions you can give the pilots to calm them down, but they may be out of commission for a while. Pilots can get new abilities, ships can get new power-ups, but I typically keep stabilize, turbo, and shield. Everything else is superfluous, and I just don't feel like learning new skills for those ships. And the traits that the pilots pick up, I don't know. Never, ever have I ever noticed a trait really affecting the gameplay. I'm about 75% through the game, and I gotta say, it is odd. I applaud it for an original game. It's a space shooter without the shooting. There's no weaponry involved. We're like the Peace Corps or something, or we're like UNICEF or something. Space FEMA. We're doing good. There's a lot of political talk about how one person hates capitalism and everybody else is like, shut up. Take that for whatever it's worth in this political climate. You know, it's a good game. The graphics are good. I'm not they're kind of anime looking graphics too, but I'm not crazy about it, but they are good. You can basically see what what's going on. I think the hallucinations are hand-drawn, and I don't really like them. The voice acting is good, but it is anime style, so it's not my favorite. The music is pretty negligible. Gameplay-wise, you know, this is Lunar Lander, this is Gravitar, this is Asteroids, this is Gravitic Mines. It's always counterintuitive. The game is trying to figure out how to fly the damn ship through all the peril. And that can get irritating, especially when they introduce wind. When you're on Venus, there are high winds and it tosses you to and fro. If you like Gravitar games, which I do, that's going to be a higher score. If those things drive you crazy, then you're going to not like this game very much. It's really original. The value, though, I don't think this game is worth $30. It was on sale. It may still be on sale in the Atari VCS store for 20% off. I picked it up at that price point. But I'm not crazy about this game, and I don't know how much I'll be playing it. There are times you can get like medals, like gold medal, silver medal, bronze medal, depending on how fast you complete missions. And that may, if you like the game, you may go back and try to do as best as you can. You can experiment with pilots. You can experiment with spaceship configurations. There's a lot to kind of do. I just don't know if it's fun enough to go back and play it over and over again. If we're going to rank this game, it's pretty good. It's actually a lot better than I thought it would be. Lunar Lander is a strange franchise to resurrect. I'm glad they did it. This is a good paint job. I just don't know if this is exciting for people. It's a thinker's game. It's a game for people that like anime, and it's a game for people that want something different. You know, the Atari VCS has a lot of good games on it now. This one is completely different than anything else in the library, and for that, I will give it. I'll give it. Well, I'm not going to give it a standing ovation. I'll clap ferociously from my seat on my ass. Guys, I'm starting to get over the breakup with John Stoll, the Atari 7800 programmer who fired me from the Atari Network podcast. It still hurts, but I'm trudging on. Don't forget to check out Atari7800forever.com. My next video will feature an Atari 7800 game. I need to get back into that, even though this VCS stuff has been fun. Make sure you check out everything else on the website, my YouTube page. Like, click, and subscribe. That helps me out to no end, guys. Get notified because we do Tuesday Tubi Movie Night where we review bad B movies. We have announcements for our own movies, paranormal investigations, pro wrestling, comedy sketches. Good Lord, there's so much stuff here on the Big and Funky YouTube channel that you need to help me out because the algorithms don't know what to do with our station. So if you subscribe, it helps me get more viewers.